In a world where innovation often feels reserved for the wealthiest nations, Burkina Faso is rewriting the script. Nestled in the heart of West Africa, this landlocked nation, often overshadowed by headlines of instability, is quietly engineering a revolution. Not with weapons, but with turbines, generators, and a vision that could redefine energy independence for the entire Sahel region. Under the leadership of Captain Ibrahim Traoré, Burkina Faso is embarking on a journey that blends audacity with pragmatism, aiming to transform itself from a nation grappling with crises into a beacon of sustainable progress. Today, we're diving deep into this groundbreaking initiative, the creation of a factory for manufacturing and maintaining electrical turbines and generators. This isn't just a story about machinery, it's about people, potential, and the power of self-reliance. Let's start with the context. The Sahel, a vast, sun-baked belt stretching across Africa, is no stranger to adversity. For years, countries in this region have battled a toxic cocktail of security threats, economic instability, and climate-driven hardships. Desertification, terrorist insurgencies, and crumbling infrastructure have left millions trapped in cycles of poverty. Energy access, in particular, remains a critical challenge. Across the Sahel, nearly 60% of the population lacks reliable electricity, stifling education, healthcare, and economic growth. But where others see insurmountable obstacles, Burkina Faso's leadership sees opportunity. Enter Captain Ibrahim Traoré. Since assuming power in 2022, Traoré has positioned himself as a disruptor of the status quo. Unlike leaders who rely on foreign aid or empty promises, Traoré's approach is rooted in self-sufficiency. His government's flagship project, the turbine and generator factory, is a testament to this philosophy. The plan is as bold as it is practical. Instead of importing expensive, poorly maintained energy equipment from abroad, Burkina Faso will produce its own. Solar panels, wind turbines, hydroelectric generators, all designed, built, and serviced locally. This isn't just about keeping the lights on, it's about reclaiming agency over the nation's future. Now you might wonder, why turbines and generators? The answer lies in Burkina Faso's untapped potential. The country basks in over 3,000 hours of sunlight annually, making solar energy a no-brainer. Yet less than 5% of this potential is utilized. Imported solar equipment is often prohibitively expensive, and when it breaks down, repairs depend on foreign technicians, a costly and time-consuming process. By localizing production, Burkina Faso aims to slash costs, accelerate adoption, and create a skilled workforce capable of maintaining these systems for decades. The factory will also experiment with hybrid technologies, combining solar, wind, and small-scale hydroelectric systems tailored to the Sahel's unique conditions. Imagine villages powered by mini-grids designed specifically for their needs, maintained by technicians who live and work in the community. That's the vision. But this project isn't happening in a vacuum. It's part of a broader strategy to position Burkina Faso as a regional leader in renewable energy. The government has already begun partnering with local universities to develop engineering programs focused on green technology. Students will graduate not just with degrees, but with hands-on experience from the factory itself. This synergy between education and industry is deliberate. In 10 years, Burkina Faso could export not just turbines, but expertise, becoming the go-to hub for renewable energy solutions in West Africa. Of course, none of this would matter without economic impact. Unemployment, especially among youth, is a ticking time bomb in Burkina Faso. Over 60% of the population is under 25, and job opportunities are scarce. The factory promises to change that. Initial estimates suggest it could create 5,000 direct jobs, engineers, technicians, logistics experts, and another 10,000 indirect jobs in supply chains and services. For a country where the informal economy dominates, Formalizing these roles is transformative. It means stable incomes, skill development, and a reason for young people to stay and build their futures at home. And here's where you, our incredible community, come in. Before we go further, I want to pause and say something heartfelt. To our members and subscribers, none of this storytelling would matter without your support. Every like, comment, and share amplifies these stories of resilience and innovation. Many of you have been here since day one, cheering on nations like Burkina Faso as they defy the odds. Others have joined recently, bringing fresh energy to this journey. Whether you're here for the geopolitics, the human stories, or the tech breakthroughs, your engagement fuels this channel. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. You're not just viewers, you're collaborators in spreading knowledge that truly matters. Now back to Burkina Faso. Let's talk about the ripple effects of this project. Energy independence isn't just about powering homes. It's about powering economies. Reliable electricity enables small businesses to thrive, hospitals to refrigerate vaccines, and students to study after dark. In rural areas where energy poverty is most acute, decentralized solar systems could revolutionize agriculture. Imagine irrigation pumps powered by solar energy, reducing reliance on erratic rainfall, or processing facilities preserving crops without spoilage. The factory's impact extends far beyond kilowatts. It's a catalyst for holistic development. But Burkina Faso isn't stopping there. The government is already in talks with neighboring countries, Niger, Mali, Chad, to export these systems. This isn't charity, it's smart economics. By addressing a regional need, Burkina Faso could tap into a $3 billion market for renewable energy solutions in the Sahel. The factory's location is strategic, too. Situated near Ouagadougou, it's positioned to serve as a logistics hub for West Africa. Partnerships with international firms are also in the works. German engineering companies and Chinese solar panel manufacturers have expressed interest in joint ventures, blending global expertise with local ingenuity. Critics, of course, abound. Some argue that Burkina Faso lacks the infrastructure to support such an ambitious project. Others question Traoré's authoritarian tendencies, worrying that political instability could derail progress. These concerns aren't unfounded, but proponents counter that the factory's modular design allows for scalability. Starting small, with basic turbine models, the facility can expand as expertise grows. As for political risks, Traoré's popularity, particularly among youth, suggests he has the social capital to see this through. The international community's reaction has been mixed. ECOWAS, West Africa's regional bloc, has been conspicuously silent. Some speculate this is due to tensions with Burkina Faso's military government. Others believe ECOWAS is cautiously observing, waiting to see if the project delivers tangible results. Meanwhile, global NGOs and climate activists are cheering. For years, they've argued that Africa's energy future must be renewable and decentralized. Burkina Faso's experiment could validate that approach and pressure wealthier nations to step up their support. Now let's zoom out. What does this mean for the Sahel and for Africa? For decades, the narrative around this region has been one of despair, famine, conflict, coups. But beneath the surface, a new story is emerging. Young Africans are demanding solutions, not sympathy. They're leveraging technology, entrepreneurship, and sheer grit to tackle problems that generations of aid failed to fix. Burkina Faso's turbine factory is a symbol of this shift. It's proof that innovation thrives even in hardship, that a nation can look inward to find the tools for its own upliftment. This isn't just about Burkina Faso. It's a blueprint. If successful, Mali could replicate it for mining equipment. Niger could do the same for water purification systems. The Sahel's challenges are interconnected, and so too must be its solutions. By sharing knowledge and resources, these nations could spark a domino effect of homegrown industrialization. Imagine a Sahel where every country specializes in a sector, creating a regional ecosystem of complementary industries. That's the dream, and it starts with projects like this. But let's not romanticize the struggle. Burkina Faso's path is fraught with obstacles. Funding remains a hurdle. While the government has allocated $200 million to the factory, international investors are wary. Sanctions and political uncertainty keep many on the sidelines. Then there's the technical challenge. Building turbines requires rare earth metals, advanced electronics, and precision engineering, all of which Burkina Faso currently imports. Supply chain disruptions could delay production. Yet, the government is adamant. Phase 1 will use locally sourced materials wherever possible, even if it means starting with simpler, more robust designs. Community buy-in is another piece of the puzzle. In rural areas, skepticism toward new technology runs deep. Elders may prefer traditional methods, while others fear hidden costs. To address this, the government is launching outreach programs. Local leaders are being trained as energy ambassadors, tasked with explaining the benefits of solar power. Pilot projects in select villages will demonstrate the technology's impact firsthand. It's a slow, grassroots approach, but essential for long-term adoption. Now, let's talk timelines. If all goes according to plan, the factory's first turbines will roll off the assembly line by mid-2025. These initial units will be small, capable of powering a village of 500 homes. But the goal is to scale rapidly. By 2030, the factory aims to produce turbines large enough to support entire cities. Maintenance training centers will accompany this expansion, ensuring every region has technicians ready to service the equipment. It's an ambitious timeline, but Traoré insists it's achievable. "We've waited too long for others to solve our problems," he said in a recent address. "Now, we solve them ourselves." What's fascinating here is the blend of old and new. Burkina Faso is embracing 21st century technology while leaning into communal values. The factory's design includes spaces for apprenticeships, where master technicians mentor youths. Local artists are being commissioned to decorate the turbines with traditional motifs, blending function with cultural pride. Even the factory's energy needs will be met by its own solar panels, a self-sustaining loop that embodies the project's ethos. As we wrap up, let's revisit the bigger picture. Burkina Faso's story is one of agency. In a world where headlines reduce Africa to a victim of chaos or climate change, this nation is asserting its role as a problem solver. The turbine factory isn't just infrastructure, it's a statement. It says, we have the brains, the will, and the right to shape our destiny. And in doing so, Burkina Faso challenges all of us to rethink what's possible. To our members and subscribers, yes, you, scrolling through this video, thank you for being part of this journey. Every time you hit like or drop a comment, you're casting a vote for more content like this. You're telling the algorithm, this matters. And it does. Stories like Burkina Faso's remind us that progress isn't confined to Silicon Valley or European capitals. It's happening in Ouagadougou, in Bamako, in places the world often ignores. By sharing these stories, we're not just informing, we're inspiring. So, what can you do? First, keep the conversation going. Head to the comments and share your thoughts. Could this model work in other regions? What lessons can the world learn from Burkina Faso? Second, share this video. Tag someone who needs a dose of optimism. Finally, if you haven't already, hit subscribe and ring that bell. We've got more stories like this coming. From a Kenyan startup recycling plastic into roads to a Senegalese app revolutionizing farming. You won't want to miss it. In closing, Burkina Faso's turbine factory is more than metal and wires. It's a spark that could ignite a revolution across the Sahel. It's proof that even in the darkest places, light can be forged. And it's a call to action for all of us to support, celebrate, and amplify the innovators rewriting Africa's story. Thanks for watching, and remember, The future isn't something we wait for. It's something we build.